Let's take everything in for a second. This year, Luka Doncic and the Dallas Mavericks were able to secure the 4th seed in the gauntlet known as the Western Conference. En route to doing this, Luka would average 28.4 points, 9.1 rebounds, and 8.7 assists. He did this all while only being 23 years old. I really do believe that Luka Doncic is somebody that didn't get the love that they deserved this year for the MVP award. Look, I'm not saying that I thought that he should have won the award this year. I'm just trying to find out where the love is. Early in Luka's career, he's already evolved into not only one of the best scorers and playmakers in the game, but also he's flat out one of the league's best players who is able to take things up to another level that not many can match in the NBA playoffs. If you guys know me, I love the regular season. I think the regular season is awesome, but as an NBA fan, I'm also able to identify that the postseason is a completely different monster. I've got a lot of love for players that can take their game to another level when it matters the most. I know I've been talking a lot about how good Luka Doncic is, but he's not perfect. As a player, he has his flaws, and he'll be the first to tell you that not only him, but also the Dallas Mavericks have a long ways to go to get to where they want to be. This video, we have a ton to discuss, but before we go any further, let's get a word from our sponsor. This video is brought to you guys by Squarespace. Squarespace is a unique all-in-one platform for growing your online business and presence. A lot of you guys may not know this, but I used to run a few websites a long time ago. I had to teach myself how to code and all that stuff. It was really kind of hard. I really wish I had Squarespace, because with Squarespace, building an engaging website is as simple as a few clicks. Selling products, content, or whatever has literally never been easier. Squarespace has tons of templates that fill all content types. From galleries to blogs, if you need it, Squarespace has it. Don't judge me for this, but check out this awesome Herb Jones for DPOY website that I was able to build in a matter of minutes. All I had to do was use one of their easy to use templates. Look, I know the Pelicans already got eliminated, but the hope that Herb Jones wins DPOY one day lives on. You're never lost in the sauce with Squarespace. They have all of the tools and analytics that you need to make sure that you're on the right track. If you act now, you'll be able to take advantage of my special offer, which gives you 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. All you have to do is use my custom link down in the description below. That's squarespace.com/getlikecoop. Once again, that's squarespace.com/getlikecoop. I want to give a major shout out to Squarespace for supporting our channel. When Luka came into the league, the comparisons for him were all over the place. I saw him being compared to Hedo Turkoglu, James Harden, and even LeBron James. I actually am planning to make a video on Luka's pre-draft comparisons this offseason. As a matter of fact, I have some fun pre-draft content coming to my channel, as NBA draft season is one of my favorite times of the year. Then after the NBA draft, there's the Summer League, which I actually went to one year, and it ended up being one of my favorite vacations. To return to Luka, the comparison that I want to focus on at this moment is James Harden, simply because it's one that I've seen so often. While Luka and Harden have proven to both be ISO-heavy players at times, they're two completely different players who do have some similarities. Harden had to consistently go head-to-head with one of the toughest teams to take down in the Golden State Warriors. And while the Rockets would keep Harden with a co-star, the co-stars would often be injured or really just not an ideal fit, which would come back to bite Houston more often than not because typically their rosters lacked any form of substantial depth, with a few of Harden's rotation players being out of the league or close to it after their stint in Houston. As great as Harden has been, he was one player. As great as Luka Doncic is, he's also one player. The Mavericks are a good team, but to beat the Golden State Warriors, you have to be more than just a good team. To beat the Golden State Warriors, you have to be great. When Luka dropped 42, 5, and 8 on 23 shots, and Brunson had an efficient 31 and the Mavericks still lost by 8, I had a good feeling that that series was already over. As a supporter of the Rockets and James, I felt exactly how unstoppable the Warriors can be too many times. Before facing off against the Mavs, Kerr stated himself that the Rockets reminded him of Houston a few years back, when they would play them every year with James Harden at the point. He went on to talk about Houston and Dallas and their 5-out spacing, and then he said something that really caught my attention. He said that the thing with Dallas is that they've got a couple of other playmakers with Jalen Brunson and Spencer Dinwiddie. I thought that the trade for them mid-season when they traded Kristaps Porzingis for Dinwiddie is one of the reasons that they're here. It changed their team, adding another attacker and another shooter. Kerr is right on multiple fronts, one of them being that trading Kristaps helped to change their season. It's not like Kristaps was bad. When he played, he had value, but ultimately his fit and presence would continue to grow into a question mark. Dinwiddie came in mid-season and only added more firepower to an already dynamic Mavericks attack. What's really impressive is the quickness that this team gelled with. Not to be slept on, but the Mavericks accomplished everything they did this season with a new head coach in Jason Kidd. I wish you guys could understand how much I did not believe in Jason Kidd coming into this year. In my head, Jason Kidd was the ultimate outspoken, won't back down type of coach, and Luka was an ascending superstar who might not respond well to Kidd's old school, demanding coaching style, as a lot of young players don't. Perhaps this plays a role in why veteran coaches often opt to overplay vets who have a foot out of the league. Regardless of any of my doubts, Kidd has excelled. He's quite literally living the dream, coaching for the franchise that he helped bring a championship to, and he's also coaching one of the best players in the game of basketball, who he calls up on a regular basis. When he was asked about the Suns hunting Luka, he said that it's no secret they're going to put him in every pick and roll. Opponents did the same thing with Dirk until he participated and stuck up for himself. In the playoffs, there are times where you're only as strong as your weakest link on defense. This is why teams like the Celtics or the Heat can be so devastating. Remember when Pat Bev called CP3 a cone? Now, I'm not saying CP3 is a cone by any means. You guys know CP3 is my guy. But at 37 years old, if you get him out of the corner and make him work, there's a chance that your offense is going to benefit. Not only is your offense going to benefit, but so is your defense. It was crazy seeing CP3, who has been so successful hunting others throughout his career, become the hunted. I'm one of the biggest believers that you can at least make a high-level offensive player work if they have to guard nearly every possession on the defensive side of the basketball. At least attempt to tire them out, especially the players that have had to carry the loads that a James Harden or a Luka Doncic have. Now let's be clear, I'm in no way blaming the Mavericks' playoff departure on Luka Doncic. It's an amazing accomplishment in itself that this team was able to make the Western Conference Finals and embarrass what some thought to be the best team in the NBA on its home floor in a historic playoff victory. Through this postseason, Luka averaged 31.7 points, 9.8 rebounds, and 6.4 assists. He's made some good strides on defense, yet admittedly, he still has a ways to go. Now, I know that steals don't directly translate to being a good defender, but I was legitimately impressed at some of the instincts and timing that he displayed this postseason. I think a good offseason would do a lot for Luka. Though he's gotten a lot better, it's clear at times that fatigue sets in for him. Would you guys believe me if I told you that at one point to start the year, there were reports that Luka was over 260 pounds? And what I love the most is that he was still cooking people. Now let's get back to talking about this Dallas defense. During the regular season, Dallas was a top 10 defense, which is good. But you see, I think that they could have been even better if given the right personnel. I love what Kleba brings to the floor with his spacing, competitiveness, and underrated defense. And I also like that Powell has taken steps forward and even surprised on occasion. But it's impossible to ignore the Mavs' need for an upgrade at the center position. I would love to see Dallas play with a big that could put a lid on the rim and secure the paint. The Mavericks were out-rebounded by Golden State in the conference finals on average of by at least 10 rebounds a game. The Mavericks GM Nico Harrison has noted that this is an issue, stating that we lost games on the boards. Get a rebounder, a rim protector, we need to figure that out for sure. This statement from Nico has led people to believe that the Mavericks may be in the market for a Rudy Gobert, a DeAndre Ayton, or perhaps a Miles Turner, who actually hasn't shown the ability to individually rebound at a high level yet. Now, of course, those are just a few names, Maybe the Mavericks make a play on Bamba, who is still young and loaded with talent. Or maybe they see if they can lure Drummond away from Brooklyn. I can tell you that as of right now, the Mavericks do have options, including the NBA draft, and even the priority free agent pool. I honestly think that this draft is going to change a few franchises. I think that it's good, and I think that NBA talent is reaching a level where in the future you'll see more teams with a rookie class like the Pelicans had this year. The Mavericks don't have to hit a home run. They just need to connect on a project or find a high-level contributor. Now here's the curveball. According to this report by Mark Stein, despite the acknowledgement of needing an upgrade at the center position, an all-out pursuit of Rudy Gobert is unlikely. That same report said that the Mavericks are weighing the option of signing and trading for Zach LaVine, amid a growing belief around the league that LaVine has more interest in leaving Chicago than initially presumed. This might not be a bad time to announce that I have a major Zach LaVine update dropping soon. This also might not be a bad time to add that the Mavericks have to make a major decision on Jalen Brunson, who is somebody that should command a lot of money this offseason, but also has shown a growth and most likely isn't done growing. In the Mavericks' quest for co-stars, it's important to remain aggressive and do your due diligence, but also it's important to remember what you have. Mark Cuban has been on the record saying that he'll open the checkbook. In your opinion, do you think that Brunson would be worth a big contract? And more importantly, do you think he's worth a big contract for the Dallas Mavericks? Let me know what you think down in the comments below. I think that the Mavericks are in a good place. I love DFS. Spencer was a great addition. You have a generational talent, and on top of that, the coaching staff has looked phenomenal. Look, I can go on. For Dallas, while they are in a good spot, I can tell you one thing. It's going to be an entertaining offseason for this squad. Let me know what you guys think of everything down in the comments below. Clicking the video on the screen right now is a great way to support my channel. I'm Get Like Coop, bringing you guys the scoop. Until our next upload.